Welcome to day one of the master class, Forgiveness as a Spiritual Practice. As part of the master class that I am teaching, we will be spending the next 21 days using the emotional freedom technique to tap through our forgiveness. Now, tapping is a process that can help unblock stuck mental, emotional, or psychological discomfort that's caused by energy blockages when we don't forgive. So by tapping on specific meridian points on the body and speaking aloud the thoughts and feelings that we hold, we can stimulate and clear systems in our body. So we will identify a specific topic each day, and then we will spend a couple of minutes meditating, just kind of getting ourselves centered. I will lead a prayer, and then that will be followed by our tapping session. So our tapping session involves using our fingertips. This is the karate chop point. So you see it is the flat hand, this part of the fingers. So when we karate chop, we're simply tapping on the outside of the little finger on one hand or the other. Doesn't really matter which one. Another point is right here between the eyebrows. Same thing, we use our fingers and just lightly tap on that area. Another point is here at the side of the eyes. Our next point is right under the eyes, right here. And then under the nose, right here where that soft spot is. And then the indention, right above your chin. And then we tap our collarbone. So imagine you're looking for the notches. So usually right about here. And we're going to tap on those notches. And now the liver point is right underneath the breast. And I kind of feel for the edge of my ribs and know that it's kind of near that area where the crest of that last bridge. Oh, and the arm, under the arm. So imagine about halfway down, right here on the side, kind of where your rib cage begins. And then the wrist. So it's this part of your wrist. I tap both of mine at the same time. And then we tap the top of the head. And don't worry, I'll be calling out and demonstrating as we go. Excuse me. And so day one practice is about tapping into the forgiveness for ourselves. So I invite you to close your eyes and just take a couple of deep breaths. I invite you to breathe in through your nose and just sigh. Again, breathe in through the nose and sigh. And now just begin to become aware of your breath. As you breathe in, hold your breath for about 3 seconds. And then exhale slowly, making your exhale longer than your inhale. If your eyes are not closed, I invite you to close them now, or at least gaze at a picture or gaze out your window. Just taking a few minutes here to still our minds. Now allow your breath to return to normal. Just breathing in your own rhythm. Focusing on the air as it enters your nostrils, expands your lungs, your belly. And noticing the contraction as you exhale. How your lungs draw in, your stomach draws in. Now we put our hands in Namaste at our hearts. And let these words be yours. I turn within to that power that is greater than me. Today I call forth the strength, courage, and compassion that are already within me so that I might forgive myself. I forgive myself for all perceived wrongdoings, faults, mistakes, and failings. I forgive myself for every thought, belief, behavior, perception, and emotion that I've told myself is bad, wrong, unjust, unloving, and not who I want to be. I forgive myself for every hurt, judgment, condemnation, unkind or unloving thought, belief, and perception I have held about or against myself. I forgive myself for any behaviors, habits, or actions motivated by unforgiveness, the unwillingness to forgive myself. I forgive myself with compassion and love. I ask for, accept, and claim the power of forgiveness. Today, believing and knowing that because I have asked, I have received. I am so grateful. I let it be, and so it is. Take a deep breath in, and then just sigh. And now we'll begin tapping. So we begin our tapping protocol by doing what's called a clearing resistance statement. And we're going to karate chop 3 times. So we're going to say the statement while we're chopping. We want to do at least 7 taps on the part. I just keep tapping while I'm talking. And you are going to repeat these words after me. Even though there is a part of me that is resistant to forgiving myself. Even though I say I want to, and then I don't, I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself. So we're going to do that 2 more times. You'll notice that I switch hands. That's just because it helps me count. Even though there is a part of me that is resistant to forgiving myself. Even though I say I want to, and then I don't, I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself. Last time. Even though there is a part of me that is resistant to forgiving myself, even though I say I want to, and then I don't, I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself. Shake your hands out. If you have some water nearby, take a few sips of water. And now breathe in through your nose and sigh it out. All right. So our setup statement is the statement that we use to begin the process of tapping, to kind of let our body and our mind and our spirit know that we're ready to forgive. And again, we use the karate chop point. And again, we're going to say the statement 3 times. Even though I need to forgive myself, I want to forgive myself. And I have the divine opportunity right now to forgive myself. I still don't believe that I deserve to be forgiven. Yet, I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself. Make sure that you're repeating these words aloud for me. That's aloud as you're doing this process. It's part of what helps set the brain on a different track. Again, even though I need to forgive myself, I want to forgive myself. And I have the divine opportunity right now to forgive myself. I still don't believe I deserve to be forgiven. Yet I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself. Last time. Even though I need to forgive myself, I want to forgive myself. And I have the divine opportunity right now to forgive myself. I still don't believe I deserve to be forgiven. Yet I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself. Shake your hands out. Take another sip of water if you have it. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. And so we're going to do 3 rounds of tapping each day that we tap together. When you do this work on your own, if you're part of the master class, know that you can, instead of the script, you can use the 12 statements that you've written and tap the same spots and just say the statements aloud. I forgive myself for thinking. I forgive myself for judging. I forgive myself for believing, and whatever it is that you've written in those blanks. We're going to start at our eyebrows. So remember, it's this spot right here. We're just going to tap that with our hands and repeat after me. I feel guilty and ashamed about some of the things that I have thought, said, and done. And now the side of the eyes. And the way I have hurt myself and other people. Now under the eyes, I feel so guilty about some of the things I've done and not done. Under the nose, I feel so ashamed about certain things I have said and done. And now the chin. I feel embarrassed about the things I have said and done, or not said and done. Collarbone. Remember at the notches. Someplace inside of me, it feels as if I'm not a very nice person. I'm not a good person. under the arm. I feel as if I'm not worth forgiving. Your liver point. I am learning how to forgive other people, but I can't seem to forgive myself. Wrists. I am carrying around so much unforgiveness. In the crown of the head, so right here. I feel so bad about myself, so unforgiving. Again, shake your hands out. Take a sip of water if you have it nearby. Take a deep breath in. Sigh through the mouth. Now we begin round 2. At the eyebrows again. What if I stop beating myself up? Sides of the eye. What if it's time to start letting go of the guilt, shame, embarrassment, and unforgiveness? Under the eyes. What if I acknowledge that everything is a lesson and that I was just doing the best that I could? Under the nose. What if I let go of the feeling I can't forgive myself? On the chin. What if making that small choice starts the forgiveness process? Collarbone. What if I forgive myself a little at a time so that I feel safe and comfortable? Wrists. Oh, sorry, underarm. I got in a hurry. What if I release all feelings of guilt, shame, blame? And again, the liver point. What if I give myself permission to transform my unforgiveness and self-judgment into peace and freedom? Wrists. What if nothing happens? Crown of the head. What if something does happen? Something like I forgive myself. Shake your hands out. Take a sip of water. Breathe in through the nose. Sigh out through the mouth. And this is our last round. Again at the eyebrows. It feels as if I'm ready to release all forms of unforgiveness toward myself. Now the side of the eyes. It feels like I am opening up to the possibility of forgiving myself totally and completely. Under the eyes, it feels like I am already forgiven by my higher self. Under the nose, this forgiveness is powerful. chin. I am tapping into the power of forgiveness right now. Collarbone. I am much more open and much better now. Under the arm. I am open to forgiving myself for creating or choosing experiences that require self-forgiveness. Liver. I have learned my lessons and I release the need to repeat them. Wrists. I allow my mind and heart to experience total and complete forgiveness of myself for everything. And now the crown of the head. I know that everything has happened for my highest and greatest good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shake it out. Take a sip of water. Take a deep breath in through the nose and sigh. I invite you to close your eyes and breathe into your body. Notice if there are any subtle changes. Are you breathing easier? Maybe you feel more relaxed. Lighter. We end this practice the way that we began it, by noticing our breath. Again, breathing in, holding at the top, then exhaling slower than the inhale. So making the exhale longer than what the inhale is. So inhaling, holding your breath for 3 to 5 seconds. And then exhaling longer. We pause for gratitude. Gratitude for our willingness to forgive. Gratitude for the calling of our soul, that divine impulse that is calling us into the next greatest version of ourselves. Gratitude for all the cooperative agents. Some of us call them guides and angels, guardians. That power and that presence that has many names, including God. We say thank you for the support as we learn to forgive, as forgiveness becomes a spiritual practice that lightens our load and helps us to become the best, greatest version of ourselves. With gratitude and peace in our hearts, we close this time of practice with Namaste. I hope to see you all back for day 2.